Facebook Small Business Live with Jim and Mike. We're doing this every week. We're having a lot of fun doing it, and we're just highlighting some small businesses in the Kankakee County area. If Bradley, Bourbonnais, Kankakee, wherever, doesn't matter where, if they're a small business in this area, we want to get some of their insights. So today we're going to interview Brent Davis of Farmers Insurance, brand new business owner, been in business for 3 months, so we're going to find out how he got started, why he got started, all that good stuff. Jim, what's your take?
Well, my take, I actually have a near and dear personal story of this business owner. When I started my career in management for retail, this guy was actually partly responsible for getting me a job at Best Buy. So I have actually a lot of history with Brent.
So he's got the Best Buy background,
Yep.
and he's got some of his experience came from Best Buy, and some of that's going to help him catapult this business to where it needs to go. And then we'll ask him what his take's going to be on how he's going to grow this business based off what he's learned in the past. And I always tell people, no matter what job you have, you never know what kind of skills you're going to pick up that's going to enable you to do your best in whatever career path you choose. You might have a job waiting tables or bartending or pizza delivery or something like that. Maybe you don't like it, you don't see yourself there forever, but if you do your absolute best at every single job you have, when you eventually end up in the career path you wanted to go in, all the skills that you picked up from all those tedious jobs are going to make your career better and going to have a better set of skills as a result. Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say exactly that. So, you guys have heard some of my story, and if not, I'd love to share more of that on a different channel, I guess, whatever. But really, it was the reason we became successful in our business, and my wife is behind the scenes here, is because of that experience we had in our previous work experiences. Yeah. Both her and I, when we started the spa. And you'll learn here too with Brent. He's going to be coming in here. We're on site at a new sponsored table and small set that Farmers is sponsoring for us, so we want to thank him for that. But he'll be coming on here in just a moment. And for you guys that are just jumping on the live stream, like Mike shared with earlier, we're going to be interviewing other business owners. We're excited to interview this business owner here that we're going to bring on set here in just a second, Brent Davis. Been in business for only a couple months, so a little change up from the people we've been interviewing that have been in business for, over a decade. Yeah, Sammy's was over 50 years in business, right? So I guess without further ado, we bring him on.
Bring him on.
Brent Davis.
We had a long list of people that we wanted to interview. Gotta have one of those.
I know.
We have a long list of people we want to interview every single week, but every week set up for the next 10, 12 weeks already, and more people keep coming our way. So if you have anybody you want us to interview, send them our way, inbox us, let us know who you want us to interview. But the main reason we came here today is because we wanted a smoothie.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Yeah, it's the only reason we came today. We're just in the mood for a smoothie, and that's what Brent does. He has smoothies readily available for his customers, and that's something different you don't see at most times.
And hot coffee.
Hot coffee as well. So Brent, let's start it off. What led you to this business path?
Well, it's kind of an interesting journey. I came up here in 2006. I worked for Best Buy while I was going to college and grand opened this Best Buy. That's how I met Jim, actually.
Some history.
Yeah, way back in the day, 2006. Yep. So, I ran this store here for 3 years, and then I was actually a district trainer and did some training, and then went up and ran a store in Chicago. And my son was starting school, actually, and I realized retail and working all those weekends and crazy hours when my son was going to be in school couldn't be the dad that I wanted to be, so I had to find something else. So I love Best Buy. Actually went into logistics while I was trying to figure out what I wanted to do, and while I was doing that, State Farm recruited me. And I worked with them for a little while and went through a whole process with them, and then decided I wanted to look other ways, and tried a couple different things with insurance, and then decided that Farmers was the way I wanted to go based on some of the diverse things that they offer. So it gave me an opportunity to help customers in more than just like your normal property and casualty, home and auto insurance. So.
Okay, interesting. What kind of skills do you think you picked up from Best Buy all those years that may be helping you out today?
Best Buy has really been what has done everything for me in my life. They helped me pay for my college while I was going to school. They taught me how to read a profit and loss statement, a real one, how to understand what levers actually impact your profitability more than anything else. So understanding hey, I can sell 5 million of these things, but I'm only going to make $10, or I can sell 5 of these and I'm going to make $10,000.
Yeah.
And where you're putting your time, how you're diversifying your time, how you spend your labor, where you spend your training. I did a lot of really cool things with Best Buy. I was actually on a committee that changed the way we do payroll and how we look at how you deploy labor within a business, and that's actually helped me out here. I've actually staffed up more than what most new agents would, and then diversified how they actually interact with customers to make sure I have a diverse portfolio.
Oh, wow.
Good stuff.
Well, yeah, and you know, you and I have a very similar background in Best Buy management. Especially for a lot of the viewers, you guys, if you're just joining us live, we're here with Brent Davis, Farmers Insurance Agency of Bourbonnais. Please share the stream, and if you like it, we got words of wisdom coming up
Keep
here.
on share.
We greatly appreciate that.
Spread the word.
So with that background, you know, a lot of our viewers too are people wanting to start their own business. Either they've started their own business. You know, there's always people that have the dream of something else. What made you comfortable with the shift of working for someone else to taking that jump into going into your own business? 'Cause that's a big commitment.
I think the biggest thing you need to understand going into any business venture is how much money you're going to need, how much money you're probably going to lose when you start off. I've worked with, obviously talking to you, being a business owner, but a lot of other business owners. We actually grand open as the Best Buy for Business, so I know a ton of local business owners here. And the biggest mistake most people go in with is in the first year they're going to be rich. Whereas you got to go in with the expectation the first year you're going to be poor. And knowing that you need to put money in to build a brand and not just like, well, people know who I am, they're just going to come buy from me.
Sure.
That's not how, it's not how, especially in the insurance business, there's just on this road alone, 5,000 insurance agents as you walk down the road. So understanding that you have to build up that brand, you have to build up word of mouth, people have to start talking about you and understand why you're here. Part of the reason I got into this industry specifically was when I got recruited for it, I went into it and I realized I had been insured incorrectly for years, had no idea. And never really even thought about it, never really no, I have insurance to take care of me.
Yeah.
So I wanted to make sure if I got into this, I can get into it for the right reasons and I can help people out.
Well, quick follow-up to that too, so when you made the decision to go into business for yourself, you had already been working in insurance, right? Working for someone else?
So I was still working in logistics, and then I was actually working with State Farm. So I worked with different agents, going in their office, spending time listening to sales calls, doing stuff like that. Then I actually worked at Country Financial for about 3 months and went through the training process, did some sales stuff there, and realized I wanted to be my own boss. And mainly because even at Best Buy, I was my own boss for years.
Yeah.
Where I ran the business the way I wanted to, I had my own profit and loss, I could look at the business the way I wanted to, and I could grow it. And having somebody standing over my shoulder telling me and making second guesses, and just, I know what I want to do, and this is what I'm going to do. And that was what was important to me, was having something that was my own, that isn't just for me, but is also for my son as he gets older and decides what he wants to do in life, whether he wants to take over this business or using this business to help him in whatever he wants to do.
Yeah, and one quick other one too before we get to Mike's question, because I know you got other people that work for you too, and I know you're doing this because of them.
Yeah.
But you had mentioned, you went from working in logistics to the insurance, and this goes for you. I got a question is, from the point of when you said, hey, I want to do my own thing, how long did it take you to do that? Was it
2 years.
2 years from
2
that?
years.
What about you? What about you?
Yeah, well, I kind of got backed into a corner. I was a personal trainer for somebody else in town, and they lowered my pay, and I felt like I was backed into a corner, and I either had to get a regular job or just start my own gym. So I ended up starting my own gym, and it took me 2 weeks from the time they lowered my pay until I had my new gym starting up. So it kind of just fell into place. Timing was everything in that case.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, so you worked for State Farm, you worked for Country Financial. What made you settle for Farmers Insurance and start working for them?
Well, the biggest thing is I own this business. So this is, with the other insurance companies, it's your business, but you don't actually own your customers, whereas here you actually own your customers. And the biggest is the philosophy behind the company. If you watch the commercials, they never talk about pricing or they never talk about coming in and hey, we're going to get you the lowest price. I mean, obviously the goal is to get people the best insurance for the best money, but our goal is to educate people on insurance. So regardless if you want to buy insurance from me or not, when you leave here, you know whether or not you have the right insurance, or if you really should get more. whatever it is, our goal is to make sure you understand what insurance is for. A lot of people think, well, I have this, if I have this $500 thing happen in my house, they're gonna pay for it. Well, that's not what insurance is for. When your house comes down from a tornado, is to replace it, replace all the stuff inside of it, so you don't have to stress about it. Yeah, there's the small things that it'll cover here and there, but really what insurance is meant for is for that catastrophic loss that you're not without. That you know, like, when the worst thing happens, that you have literally nothing to worry about, that everything's gonna be taken care of. You just need to make sure everybody's healthy and happy and doing well.
I can understand that. Yeah, so you're going to leave here more knowledgeable with Brent Davis at Farmers Insurance. You also hear in business all the time, location is everything. Location, location, location. You always hear that.
Wow.
And I love your location. It's right down the road from me, actually.
Yeah.
How did you end up with this location here?
Where are you located for the audience too? I don't think we get
1511 North Convent in the shopping plaza, the UPS store, right across the street from where the new Casey's is at.
I see Arby's
I'll
out
give you a
the window.
tour here in a little bit.
Everybody knows the Arby's across the street. That's
Yeah.
That's literally like
Some
UPS
good
store.
food.
And they don't know that. Hey, you know where the new Arby's is at? Then they're like, oh, okay.
Okay, that's where you're
Yeah, that's where you're at. Everybody knows Arby's.
Yeah.
So, what's funny was, so I was with Country, and I'm like, you know what? I'm done. I want to do my own thing. I saw this location was open, and this is where I was going to be.
Yeah.
Because I drive by here every day. There's those you can see in here.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally a prime location. They have the exit. I'm like, this is where I need to be. I know it's going to be more money than what a normal startup would probably want for office space, but it makes more sense long term to be here where you have established businesses here already. They're going to bring traffic in. They're going to drive by and see it every day. And as I build up my brand, it's really easy to find. There's a subdivision right behind me. There's new subdivisions going in down there. So even though I knew it was going to cost me more, I knew long term this was a better bet for me than going somewhere where I'm tucked in a low corner and
Yeah.
you'll have to seek me out.
More visible here. Right.
Yeah. So being a new business, that's essentially my advertising budget. You drive by here every day
Yeah.
and see me.
I can understand that. So what kind of things are you doing to build your brand?
My main focus is meeting as many people as possible.
Yeah.
So joining new groups, going out in the community, which I've done before. When you walk in, you see one of the things I've been doing since my son was 5. Part of the reason I left retail was I wanted to be able to be there for my son's sports. Being the father, regardless of the business, is like my #1 priority. So I coached literally every single one of his sports since after his first soccer season. So basketball, soccer, baseball, and I've coached all of those.
That's awesome.
And that gets me to meet a whole lot of people.
And he's single.
Yeah. Imagine that, with all the free time I have.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, we just got done with All-Stars, and it was literally 7 days a week for 3.5 weeks and traveling an hour every. So, but that's my #1 priority. This business is to help me, to allow me to be the dad that I want to be, and impact the community that he lives in, and really make the community he lives in a better place. So, hiring local people, working with local businesses. With farmers, they have contracts with people so that I can get things for less, but I've made the choice to work with local vendors and do that rather than, save the $10 because I want to make this community as well off as we can. So obviously we got the stuff going in down here is another benefit for me as well. So.
Yeah, we're right there with you. We're on the same frequency.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Jim.
I find it super inspiring. I mean, I'm not a father, but knowing Brent and the dedication he has to being an awesome dad, and just to get to see him interact with his son, even in the office, to be able to come in and see it. Emma Jen, just even seeing you guys last week and all the stuff you do for her, being the best dad that you guys are. Good job.
That's one of my main motivations is being there for her, so I can relate to everything you're saying.
Yeah, and I think that's awesome. And what's great is we're uncovering in these stories that we're doing in the audience. I'm sure throw up the little hearts if you can support stuff like this.
That like button.
A lot of people think people go into business strictly for the money. And in reality of it, usually the business owner is the last person to get paid in the business. So I know about you guys, but I'm not rich, and I know it's definitely not for the money. And just again say awesome job as far as like the motivation. You guys are awesome. My question though for you is, we've been talking to people that have been in business for over 10 years. We're getting a lot of their words of wisdom. We want to get some of your words of wisdom too when we wrap this up. You talked about building a brand. In this last 4 months, what would you say has been like the most important thing that you've had to focus on in order to survive and thrive? You've been doing great.
Yeah. The biggest thing for me was like we talked about earlier, is understanding where I'm not going to be making money right now. So understanding the point that I can't do my son and I like to go on vacations and travel. That's one of our favorite things to do. And explaining to him like, hey, we're gonna have some time where we're not gonna travel, and it's about building the trust with people and making sure they understand you're here for the right reasons. You're not just here to make money off of them. So I've actually had a couple in which the best referrals I've had were the people I didn't sell insurance to. I had a elderly lady come in that adopted essentially her granddaughter who had just gotten in an accident, so her insurance rates went way up. We had no way we were going to save them money on it. When you have a 16-year-old kid that's been in an accident, it's expensive.
Yeah.
So I went out on my way. I know I'm actually a part of a group where a bunch of insurance agents that get together that try to make sure we're doing things the right way, and reached out to a few of them to make sure we could get her the right insurance at a price that she could afford. She's obviously not a fixed income, has a daughter that she's adopted that she's trying to take care of, and through 3 different people that I contacted, we were able to save her a little bit of money and make sure she still had the right insurance.
Oh,
so
not even through you?
Not even through me. So, and I've done that a few times with my old employees. The rates vary, so sometimes you're just not going to have the best price, but it's also important to make sure they have the right person. So those stories have actually helped me more than the people that I've written insurance for. When they go and tell like, hey, I went here, he made sure I had the right stuff. He couldn't really take care of me price-wise because of some of my history, but he hooked me up with somebody that was able to take care of me. So, like I said, my goal here, yes, I need to make money. Obviously, I want to keep the doors open, but my goal is to make sure if something bad happens to somebody, that they're not going to be without. And that's what insurance is for, and making sure they're with somebody that's going to do that. Because it's the same thing with my son. If something happened and we lose our house, I want to make sure that he's not sleeping in the back of my Jeep for a week.
Yeah.
Trying to figure that out.
Yeah, I just feel that if you're in business solely for the money, you're probably not going to make it. You got to have that passion there. You got to be passionate about what it is you do. Otherwise, it's just not going to last very long.
Yeah.
You're not going to do the kinds of things that's going to keep your business booming. So that being said, and one more question for me: what kind of routine do you follow to keep your business booming or to get it to boom? Is there a routine you follow every day that you do and you stay on track with to keep the customers coming in?
It's adapted every month. So one of the things I realized too is coming from where you're in an established, like Best Buy is an established place, people are just going to come in there, so you have traffic. So I've had to adapt every single week, every single month to what my traffic patterns are going to be. My first 2 to 3 months, my traffic pattern was my network. So between the Best Buys I ran here, Tinley Park, Orland Park, Chicago, I have a ton of old employees that I could reach out to, and that was where my main traffic was. So I was mainly trying to juggle that and make sure I had the time to focus on those new customers. Mm-hmm. And now that I'm to the point where I have to expand past that, and I'm getting their referrals, but I have to get new customers in the door, I'm using a lot of just my personality, honestly.
Yeah.
You see my Facebook posts and stuff, I like to enjoy my life. I don't like to stress, and part of the smoothie stuff is just being goofy with it and trying to get people to remember who I am, so when they get to the point where they need insurance or they want to talk to somebody about insurance, I'm stuck in their head. So like my post the other day was, I like to move it. I like the smoothie. I like I'm a dork about songs.
Every day. Follow us. Facebook.
But it makes you remember.
So
it does. So the Facebook post, the smoothies, getting your name out there. What are the things on your daily routine are happening? Keeping new people coming.
A lot of it is just, it's not a daily routine, it's a weekly routine. I have different groups that I'm a member of. Obviously, I just got to coach in baseball.
Coaching's big.
Got done, start soccer. Well, I was supposed to start soccer this week, but I couldn't because of All-Stars. But I'll start soccer. I do Kiwanis Club on Monday, which is something I did with my dad when I was younger. And now that I'm in this situation where I have time to do it again, it's something that I'm passionate about because local people in the community helping kids in the community, which was one of the big impact I remember in high school when we were able to get scholarships to people that there was no way they'd be able to get to college. And I know they do a lot of that here, so that's a thing that I'm very passionate about. And just some other networking groups that I'm a part of. Trying to get back now that I'm not working 90 hours a week and trying to establish where I'm at, get back into the house. So working out is a big part of my routine now, getting up every day, doing some kind of workout, which we're actually getting ready to start like a normal bicycle ride every single week with a group of people and stuff like that. But started my day with a workout, started my day with a smoothie and something delicious to eat and some coffee, and then obviously social media, and then whatever I'm doing out in the community throughout the day.
Yeah.
So my goal is to do something in the community every single day, whether it's just going and meeting with people that I know in the community, whether it's a charity event, whether it's soccer, whether it's baseball, whatever I can do to meet people and get them to understand who I am and that I'm here to support and help the community.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we're doing. We're doing to help support the community and to help give people ideas as to what they can do to help better build their business. And yeah, so we like doing this. And yeah, you guys want to take a tour? We can give a tour of the club real quick. And
we'll get the final words of wisdom after the tour.
Yeah, so you guys can find out exactly where he's located at here. So if you're driving by, stop by just for a smoothie. Even if you don't get insurance, stop by, just talk to Brent and get a smoothie. Check it out. Let's give you a little look around as to what it looks like here.
I do make some delicious
smoothies. We'll just get behind Mike. Mike's a great tour guide.
Well, I'll start you guys off outside because you guys are very familiar with this area here. So if you're going to Arby's, or even if you're a Fit Body U, and you're driving Fit Body, right around the corner. Got Dollar General, got the Arby's across town, across the street.
All right, you guys can hear me.
Go see Scott Vogel.
Getting past just a little bit north end of Bourbonnais here. Farmers, UPS store, H&R, you guys.